Hi, I'm Mo Hasan. I'm here at the Crypto Connect Expo at the Palm Beach Convention Center with local celebrity businessman, if I can say that. This man has many, many accomplishments, but what I really love about him is you're actually a good guy. Can I say that? You're not offended if I say you're a good guy?
Not
And
offended.
in a world full of people that are not trustworthy, that are not awesome, I'd say, well, this guy is. So please help me welcome Evelio Medina. Am I saying it right?
Absolutely, Hasan.
And please
Thank
give a
you.
little introduction about yourself.
Well, Evelio Medina, founder, president, and servant of the Miami Brickell Chamber of Commerce, and a new thing that we talked a little bit about off stage, which is amazing, the U.S. Hispanic Supplier Diversity Council, which we're going to be doing, and not just Hispanic, we're going to bring everybody, as I told you, that have character, that have business, and we're doing three things with them. We're building capacity, we're building capital, and basically what we're doing is we're educating these people to be able to take their full potential. Their companies have been around for a long time, but they haven't had that little kick that you need to have to go to the next level. So I'm really excited with everything that's going on. And as you know, you guys have been and very happy with what you've always done, which is same thing. We empower those that choose to be empowered.
Yeah.
So I look forward to working with you on a lot of good things. And this is God put us together today. Let's put it that way.
I love it. I love the work that you're doing. And one of the things I want to talk about with you real quick is you've identified some problems in the world, and I cannot overly simplify it to say that we have this major problem of collaboration. We don't work together. Can you share a little bit about what you've seen or these major issues on the planet?
Well, unfortunately, the people that I believe we're in a spiritual plane, and there's either you're in the light or you're in the darkness. And what happens is the oldest really trick of the trade is divide and conquer. So when we understand that there's a lot more things that unite us than divide us, then we're basically doing what we have to do. So what I'm talking about is, but it's important also to create a platform, a foundation. Most people get shifted and taken different places because they're not grounded in who they really are. So we're talking about creating that platform that tells you, look, you're good at what you do, let's come and let's collaborate, because everybody has their own, basically what I call T plus T equals T. Time plus talent equals treasure. So some people have a lot of treasure, but they don't have the time and talent to do something. So it's a way of working that perfect formula and feeling it out wherever that person needs. And really, at the end of the day, especially today, we're going through the difficult times because people live or come, I tell people that I come from a little town called abundance, not the town of scarcity. So there's a lot of abundance. It's how to channel that abundance. And the only way to do it is work together and collaborate, as you said.
I love it. And for me, like the vast majority of the business I've ever done in my life has been through relationships, right? And referrals and partnerships and things of that nature. So I have never been an Instagram star or anything like that. And there's a lot of people today, they think in business that they need that social platform. And I'm not saying it's good or bad, but can you speak to the value of belonging to a chamber, right? Belonging to a community and share about some of those benefits?
Well, the value is always economy of scale, right? So yes, you and I have done this through relationships, but you know how long it takes if you're really developing a real relationship. Most people live, and I told you, a 30-day cycle. I gotta pay my bills, I gotta do this, so they run over people, and they don't realize that that person is the one that can save you in the future. So what happens is the chamber and all these different organizations, what they do is provide that, what I call level playing field, and then opens doors because people don't realize, and let's use only the United States of America, but every society is grounded on what I believe the three-legged stool. Public, government, private, business, non-for-profit, right? All these different organizations. Notice that when people that are not in the light, the first thing they try to do is break organizations because that unites people. Notice, either the churches, either the chambers of commerce. Why? Because they want to control everything. People, I had an issue the other day, I was on air, until the guy was telling me that they passed a $750 billion bill this past week. I go, no. I asked him one question. What product and or service does government create, provide? Nothing. The only one that does is this, small business. People like Washington Elite, people like Hasan, who creates beautiful connections, but also products. And that's how you have to go and seed that. You got to water that, and then government gets a little piece of the action. But it's not it's the other way around. It's the capitalism. People, I asked them a little question. What's the secret to capitalism? I ask you the question. What is the secret of capitalism?
I think the secret to capitalism is that we get to exercise our freedom to create.
Right. You know what I say? capital. Without capital, without capital, there's no capitalism, right?
Yeah.
So that's what we've done with the U.S. Hispanic Supplier Diversity Council. We also created a fund mechanism. Why? Because it's important that you have a great idea. I've seen, and you've shared many ideas with me, but if you don't have, again, the education, but if you don't have the capital, at the end of the day, you can figure out the rest.
Yeah.
But you need that capital to take that idea from basically in your mind, in your heart, in a piece of paper, and out to the marketplace. So that's why we're doing what I call a 360. We're bringing in the government, because the government has to play a role.
Absolutely.
That's one of the biggest issues that I believe when I heard, and I wrote the Satoshi paper 2009, right early on that. But then these young kids, that God bless them, that's why we're here today, but they live, a lot of them, in a different metaverse or universe.
Right.
And they say, no, this is totally decentralized. And I go, wait a second, the government has guns. You gotta at least include them in the party. And
Right.
as these things come in, you'll see that the perfect workings of the public, private, and not-for-profit side.
I really love the expression, the government has guns, you got to include them in the party. I agree. Yeah, I agree. Let's play together. What I'd love to know is, what's next for you? Right? You've been a community leader for a long time. You've helped a lot of people. What is next for you in your life and what you're creating for anything?
Well, basically, at 58 now, I'm in the legacy part of my life. I did the toughest thing already. 8 years ago, I buried my mom after 3.5 years. Named the street after her, by the way, a little Cuban lady in the street in the United States of America. So I'm very proud of that because it was her legacy. It's about legacy now, but it's also about the years of experience. I've been to people don't realize it, 15,000 trade shows.
Wow.
And in 3 days, and we're here, you learn a little bit about what's going on, and you do the networking. And I tell people, if you're not networking, you're not working, because it's all about that, right? But what's next is legacy, and how we're going to do it using the different, and we're taking it to another level. We're going to all United States and Puerto Rico because of obviously, but we're taking it into the Americas.
Yeah.
Because the biggest group in America is the U.S. Hispanic market, $7 trillion. The average age in the Americas is 24 to 26 years of age. They live off the little phone, right? That phone, that's their life. So we're going to bring stuff that makes sense on the digital side, but really bringing in people that have been doing it for a long time, giving them the opportunity to scale.
Yeah.
And that way, everybody wins. The community wins. That individual. There's a generational shift happening. My dad's 83. God bless him now. But he came here in the 60s when he started his little business. He wants to rest now. Let's take him out, give him a little money so they can enjoy their time, and then have the new generation, so that generational shift, come in and be able to do great things. Because we understand the system now. We just have to give them the tools right now.
Awesome. I love it. There's so many gems you've dropped, and what you're doing in this new project, right? In this scope of the fund and the work. As an economist, I'm drooling over it, right? I'm very, very excited.
I saw your eyes.
Yeah, I'm like, this is, because
you thought I was just cute and I danced well. I'm not blonde, and you looked at me and said, this guy's cute, he dances well, but he has brains too. My God.
It's really, really brilliant. So there's a lot of awesomeness going on, and really, I'm just excited for you, and I'm glad to know you. Will you please share, how can people get a hold of you? How can they follow you or hear about your projects?
It's very good. Instagram at Evelio, Evelio Medina, Medina, and basically through Bruce Porter, you guys, obviously the Washington elite, we're working together on some amazing stuff. But what I am excited about this conversation is that God has a timing, and we're now going big time in everything we're doing because it's just good. And when you're doing good, it's not about being good. I think God is good, but when you're talking about doing good, it just permeates, and we need it now in this world. Thank you for your time, by the way.
You're welcome, and thank you so much for being here. And I strongly encourage all of you to go check out what Evelio's doing, check out what the chambers are up to, and look at the
Miami Brickell Chamber.
Miami Brickell
Chamber.com.
Miami Brickell Chamber.com. And it's nice to be a part of a community. And when you're an entrepreneur and you're feeling alone, it's a really great thing to have experienced people who care, who want to pay back, who are building legacy, that want to make a difference. So, gosh, thank you so much. I really appreciate you being here.
Pleasure.